Hello everybody, welcome back to another team analysis video for One Piece Burning Blood. My name is Silvokiji. Now, if you're wondering what the team analysis video is, team analysis when we take a team from any of the first to tens or even the challenge accepted, and we basically kind of talk about the team a little bit, like information regarding it, what could be done, what the tactics the person used. If you hear someone in the background, that is myself. Let me just go ahead and turn it a little bit down. I'm looking at this on my channel here. I'm just going to turn it slightly down here. Okay, so this video is going to be on Tibaaaz. Now, Tibaaaz was once one of the members of the Zone Game and Go community for One with Their Blood, who participated in many events before he was banned due to unsportsmanship and, bad conduct. Even though we're still going to be doing his team analysis video because it's something that I said I was going to do. So we're just going to go ahead and pull it out, see what we can make up with it, and talk about his team a little bit. So the team that he actually played would consist of Kawala, Jinbei, and Smoker. His team is rather unorthodox, but when you pair it up with the Square Sisters, giving him +2, Trebol, and Dragon, you have a very good combination. Now, this team actually, how can I say, it was proficient and dealing a lot of damage and then ending with a Uni Chain because of the Dragon, giving the full burning gauge. The only issue with this team, actually, there's a ton of issues with this team, and I'll talk to you after the video, or after we go through the characters. So, first, to start off with Jinbei. Now, Jinbei was pretty much the meat of the team. He was the one that was dealing the damage. Without Jinbei, the damage on the team won't be as high. Now, Koala can do 50% with her combo, but it usually just starts off with her doing her jump attack, which is very predictable. So you have to have other ways to deal damage or even start combos with this character, which wasn't really being done. But Jinbei came in as the prime Uni Chain character. And like I said, if Jinbei got knocked away, it's not just the damage that'll be removed. He will lose that one-hit possibility that he could possibly do with Jinbei. And Jinbei was also one of the Devil Fruit counters for when he fought against people like Logi characters, because basically, Tibaaaz had a big thing about flash counters as well as Logis. It's like he just thought they were the bee's knees and thought they were the most ultimate things in the world. So the teams he made were always teams that consisted of dealing with it. So it's a little bit of his preference, but that's kind of what Jinbei actually came through in the team. That's what his objective was to stop Logi characters. Now, I do admit there were some bad choices done with Jinbei as to getting the flash counter and doing for Shark Brick Fist, but what you're going to do. Without Jinbei, that Dragon ability will never hardly ever get up, and Koala, being a character that cannot deal with Delph or deal with Logi type characters easily, would just suffer in silence. Next character we're going to be talking about is going to be Smoker 2 years ago. Now, this Smoker, unlike the 3K version, doesn't have Haki, but he's still a Delph Fruit killer. And that's exactly what I talked about before, how he picked a team that's supposed to get rid of Loki characters, and Smoker is just one of those characters. Now, Smoker was mainly used for that very purpose. He was going to use his Judo Thrust and with Jinbei support for the Uni Chain. That was basically it. So it's not really much to say about that Smoker matchup. Jinbei was pretty much the main thing of this team. He was like, despite Koala being really good, his Jinbei was pretty much the mainstay of the entire team. Now, Koala has the most damage potential of the three. When I mean damage potential, I don't mean in terms of like raw damage. I mean like she can do a lot of stuff to deal damage to you, which excelled really well when he was playing. His Koala was probably one of the most amazing Koalas I've ever seen. I believe there was another Koala player, forgot the person's name, but I know he had a Koala in his name. That's also pretty good as well. And that person I met a long time ago. Now, his Koala was really good in evasiveness and was really meant to begin the battles. Now, you can tell that Koala was his main character and favorite character because she started off in all the competition. Now, one of the main things I want to talk to you guys about character placement is that sometimes it's also good to rearrange your team because the beginning of the match is very important. Like right now, Super Saiyan God, or Vegito, has Crocodile up front and he has Koala. Now, as soon as the match begins, the matchup is already not in his favor, not in Tibaaz's favor. So it's good that Jinbei does exist so that way he can do a switch up because after you lose a game, you're allowed to switch your character placement. So, now like I said, there were problems with this team. The main problem with this team is that it was not getting enough Unity chains and Unity clashes. And the reasons for that is because of Trouble. Now, Trouble is a very good support to use against very damage-heavy teams. But if you're fighting against a team that usually is like, let's say, Dofi, for example, because he did fight Dofi in a match. If you have an opportunity to kill Doflamingo, which is pretty much one of the mainstays of the team, you take it. But you can't do that with a Trouble support. You won't be able to do that. So we're not saying before, because it's something that me and Jester were talking about. We're not saying that the team itself is useless. We're just pointing out in that situation, you have to figure out the player you're actually going up against. So Trebol is situational, in my opinion. He's a very situational support. I know he was trying to go for it, trying to avoid those big damage and hits, but he wasn't fighting anyone who tried the one shot that could do one shots. I mean, now Whitebeard maybe, but now for Cheeto's team can't do a one shot. But if you have like a Shank Strong style or Whitebeard combos and stuff with Ace or Ace Strong style, I can see that happening. But no, there's not going to be any. You got to watch out. If you're dealing with something or you're trying to prevent one hits, you got to make sure you're going against characters that can actually deal one hits. And I mean, you got that +3, so protecting you against damage. But if you lose Jinbei early on, you have to rely on Koala's evasiveness to actually get your way. Now, the Square Sisters give him that +2, so Jinbei was always on a good power stating, and Koala was always getting the buff. Dragon, like I said, gave the extra burning gauge, but it's actually a good combo comp to actually go with. But there are flaws in the strategy, and that's something that you can't ignore. But other than that, guys, thanks for watching this team analysis with Tibaaaz. Now, just remember I told you before, Tibaaaz is banned from all competition, so you'll probably never see this guy ever again. But nonetheless, he was a very good Koala player, a very good Jinbei player, and it sucks that he won't be able to participate anymore. Thanks for watching, and continue playing One Piece Burning Blood.